Imagine waking up tomorrow morning to headlines declaring, "Climate change has stopped overnight. No more rising temperatures. No more melting glaciers. No more wildfires, floods, or deadly heat waves." Just like flipping a switch, Earth returns to perfect balance. Sounds like the ultimate miracle, right? But here's the twist. If climate change stopped instantly, the results might not be as simple or as peaceful as we imagine. For decades, climate change has been the defining challenge of our time. We've witnessed shrinking ice caps, drowning coastlines, catastrophic storms, and ecosystems pushed to the brink. Billions of dollars are spent every year trying to slow down this runaway train. Now imagine that train suddenly slamming to a halt. Overnight, global temperatures stabilize. Carbon emissions stop warming the atmosphere. The Earth's delicate balance seems to return. Humanity breathes a collective sigh of relief. But pause for a moment. What really happens next? In the very first days, the atmosphere would feel different. The air would be cooler, clearer, and fresher. Cities once choking in smog would suddenly reveal blue skies. Coral reefs, on the brink of collapse, might start to recover. Farmers would hope for stable weather patterns instead of unpredictable droughts and floods. Global headlines would celebrate the end of the climate crisis. Politicians would declare victory, activists would celebrate, and industries would start shifting back to normal. But here's where the cracks begin to show, because nature doesn't just snap back overnight. Stopping climate change isn't the same as reversing it. The scars we've already carved into the planet would remain. Sea levels, already 20 centimeters higher than in 1900, wouldn't just fall back down. Cities like Miami, Venice, and Dhaka would still be half drowned. Species already extinct would not return. Forests already burned to ash would not regrow in an instant. Billions of tons of carbon already in the atmosphere would linger for centuries. Yes, the fire has been put out, but the house is still smoking. And here's the big human question. If climate change stopped overnight, would we actually change our ways? Or would we go right back to burning coal, driving gas guzzlers, and clearing rainforests? History suggests that when danger passes, people often forget the lesson. Without the looming threat of climate change, industries might ramp up production again, and politicians could abandon green policies. In other words, the miracle could be wasted, buying humanity time, but not wisdom. And if emissions return to old levels, the crisis would restart within decades. Another surprising effect. The world order would be shaken. Think about it. Entire industries, from renewable energy to carbon trading, exist because of climate change. If the crisis stopped overnight, trillions invested in green tech could collapse. Oil-producing nations might rise again in power, while countries leading in renewables could see their influence shrink. Meanwhile, global treaties like the Paris Agreement would lose meaning. And climate refugees, millions already displaced, would face uncertain futures. They might not be able to return home even though the crisis has ended. A sudden stop could create political chaos unlike anything we've ever seen. Still, there would be hope. Coral reefs could slowly regenerate. Arctic ice might thicken again, though it could take centuries. Rainforests, if protected, could regrow. Rivers and lakes could flush out pollution. Air quality would improve dramatically, saving millions of lives every year. Humanity would finally have breathing space to rethink its relationship with the planet. The Earth is resilient, but healing takes time. Think of it as hitting pause on a disease. The body isn't instantly healthy, but at least it's no longer getting worse. Imagine the relief that would sweep across the world. Children would grow up without the looming fear of a dying planet. Activists who dedicated their lives to fighting climate change might finally rest. Economies could refocus resources away from endless firefighting of disasters and toward innovation, education, and equality. Humanity, freed from one of its greatest threats, might begin dreaming bigger again, colonizing space, curing diseases, and unlocking new frontiers. But there's also a risk. With fear gone, complacency could return. Would people still value sustainability without the constant reminder of crisis? So let's imagine 3 paths forward. The Golden Era. Humanity learns its lesson, keeps green policies in place, and uses this miraculous pause to restore ecosystems and secure a sustainable future. The Rewind. Freed from pressure, industries double down on old habits, undoing the miracle within a generation. The Transformation. Climate change stopping becomes the spark for something bigger, humans uniting for the first time as true guardians of Earth. Which of these paths we walk would depend entirely on us. So, if climate change stopped overnight, the world wouldn't instantly become paradise. The damage is already here, and the choice of what happens next lies in human hands. Do we use this gift to finally build a sustainable, balanced world? Or do we waste it, slipping back into the same mistakes that led us here? Now I want to hear from you. If climate change stopped overnight, would humanity rise to the occasion, or fall back into its old habits? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this exploration of the future, don't forget to like, subscribe to What Ifverse, and hit the notification bell, so you never miss another journey into the what ifs of our world.